Saturday evening and I've honestly had such a long day. I worked this morning and then I actually had a surprise party, which turned out to be a surprise to me because I didn't realize how big of a thing it was. But in between work and the party, I popped into Coach & Co because I need to start preparing my bridesmaid proposal boxes and my flower girl and page boy proposal boxes, because the first proposal is in a week. I kid you not, it took me forever to decide what I was going to do. I originally wanted the boxes all to be identical, and then I ended up settling for all of like my bridesmaids and maid of honor to have the same boxes, and then the flower girls and page boys to have the same. These are for the maid of honor and 2 bridesmaids. I think I've got a relatively slimmed down bridal party, but I'm not going to open all of them because I actually don't have space to just have boxes and boxes open. They did have a sample size of this on display, but for some reason I have a feeling it's going to be smaller than what I remember it to be. This one is definitely a good option if you are someone who is considering putting together a cute little box, because it comes with the ribbon that's like glued to the lid, and it comes with like a little tag as well in case you want to write names. I've just got to work out how to do the bottom of this box. Beautiful. So it's just like that. Not the prettiest looking, but I did grab a bag of shredded paper, so I'm going to add some of that to the bottom. Now, my maid of honor is going to be my high school best friend, and the proposal plan per se is we're actually going dress shopping on Sunday, and then after dress shopping we're going to the grounds of Alexandria for like an early dinner, and I'm gonna ask her there. I've also got no idea, well, I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna put in this little proposal box for her. I've got a rough idea, but I've only got I've got a week and a day. I'm gonna go have a shop around, but currently I'm thinking a like miniature champagne, because I don't actually think I can fit a whole bottle in this box, and then maybe some makeup, but I kind of had to enlist her sister's help because I actually don't know what makeup she uses, and although I used to use makeup a lot, I don't anymore, so I'm not even really on board with like what's in trend or whatever. I put some shredded paper in the bottom. I don't want to put too much because I only bought 1 bag of this and I've got to split it across 7 boxes. I'll probably end up buying another one. These are the ones that I'm using for the flower girls. They're pink. I'm pretty sure these are actually bigger than the ones I'm using for my bridesmaids. And then unfortunately they didn't have a blue, but they have a black stripe, which I'm going to use for my 2 page boys. Now the only downside is these ones don't come with ribbon attached. So I picked up a roll of ribbon. My sister's a florist, so whatever I don't use, I'm just gonna give to her. But these were just a really good cheap option. I think they were like $2.40 each. And everyone's gonna get one of these. This one says, "Will you be my maid of honor?" Obviously the writing will correlate to the position that I'm asking them to fill, but I made these on Canva and then cut them out with the guillotine that I got. I still do need to make the 2 page boys ones because I couldn't actually find aesthetically pleasing photos. I managed to miss pretty much every single alarm that I set this morning. So I wanted to film this in my apartment, but I didn't really have time because I was going to be late for service. But I'm going to film this in the church parking lot really quickly because I don't actually think I'm going to get time to film after I meet up with the girls. And this is the bridesmaid proposal box for my maid of honor. So in this box, we have some shredded paper. I've got the "Will you be my maid of honor?" question. And then I've got a bottle of mini champagne, which is a 200 milliliter bottle. I've got a Dior 5-pan eyeshadow palette and 3 face masks. So this is what I'm going to give to her when we get to the potting shed later today. We have a 4 p.m. reservation, which is a really, really early dinner, but our dress fitting is like midday. So I can't really drag this out all day. In just 3 weeks, I am doing 5 bridal party proposal boxes. So these are for the 4 kids. I've got 2 flower girls, 2 page boys, and 1 of my bridesmaids. And we're doing a lunch, and I'm going to tell them, well, I'm going to ask them all at the same time. Because the 4 kids are literal children, this is coming as a surprise to them and not their parents. I've already spoken to both sets of parents, but I started buying stuff online for the 2 flower girls. Everything has come in the last couple of days, and I think I'm gonna start making and putting the boxes together. So these are the boxes from Conceptual. They come like, not Costco, they come IKEA flat pack style with some instructions. So I'm going to try and put these together. Maybe let's start with the instructions. I just kind of started folding on the lines, and that's probably not how I should be doing it. Okay, I was going to try to do this on camera, but I can't. It's a little bit harder to juggle than I thought. There we go. I mean, definitely not the prettiest looking, but I think she'll stay in place. Well, it's hollow, so there's quite literally nothing to see. And then you fold down the top, and that's your lid. So the story behind my 2 flower girls is they're basically a set of best friends, I guess. And I know them from church. They're part of my parish, and they actually start primary school next year. So the 2 girls go off to kinder next year. I'm not going to say which school because I'm not stupid, but their school color is red. So instead of filling the box full of like gimmicky kind of toys, I kind of decided that I would just get them things that they could use for school next year. I'm also still trying to put together the second box, which honestly, maybe I should have just bought these boxes as is, but I bought these months ago and I didn't really have the space for them then. That second one was definitely a lot easier to do. I'm going to see how much space this stuff takes up first before I put in like the paper stuffing. So I was using, I think this is a spare bag from before. This is the one that I bought from Conceptual, and it's basically shredded paper. Now that I say that out loud, I literally have a paper shredder at home that I probably could use. But I'm going to open these parcels first. I think this should be the lunch box that I got them. Oh my god, these are adorable. Look at them. I don't know if I should leave them in the packaging or out of the packaging. I'm kind of just hoping that there's no price on it. I mean, Google is free, but I'd rather not leave the prices on them. Okay, so it's a cute little rectangle, rectangle prism lunchbox, and both of the girls will get 1 each. I've literally made their boxes to be identical. The only thing that isn't identical is, I'm not going to show it on camera because it's quite literally their names, but I had 140 name stickers done up for them, and that is quite literally the only difference is their names. You know what, I think I'm just going to leave these. I'm going to put this back in its bag, and I guess that's how it's going to go into the box. So maybe I don't need filler paper because this is going to be more stuff than I thought originally. We have another parcel from the Iconic. I think this is a country road piece. My primary school was also red as a school color, and I absolutely loved having heaps of hair accessories. So I picked them up
a little red bow each. Oh, the price is on this. Maybe I've got a permanent marker. Sharpie. I might Sharpie off the price. I don't know if it's worth doing that because like they're just gonna go on Google. You know what, I'm gonna Sharpie off the price. But also, I did not check the measurements on these bows and they're actually huge. Actually, you know what, I'm not going to because I'm so worried I'm gonna rip the plastic. Okay, so they get one bow each. Sticking to the red theme, these are red and pink, but they can always wear the pink to church. They're gonna get one set of clips each, so there's like 4 clips per packet, so they're getting 8 total. They will also get their name stickers, but I'm not going to show you what they look like. I will insert a photo here. That's kind of what the product looks like on the website. And then finally, I don't even know if they can read this whole thing, but it just says, will you be my flower girl? And they'll get 1 each. So for now, that pretty much sums up their boxes. I am going to keep my eye out for a red headband. I mean, I definitely feel like I'm going over the top, but I mean, why not? I think a red headband would really like sum it up. It is Sunday morning. Today is the big day. We are doing 5 proposal boxes. I will say, I think a couple of weeks ago we decided we would do it as a joint thing. I have 2 close friends who are getting married 3 months before we are, and we have the same 2 flower girls and the same 2 page boys, so we are going to do them as a joint. Because I had already at that point pretty much finished the girls boxes, they have taken the responsibility of the page boy boxes. So last night I made up the boxes, but they're pretty much empty, and we're going to kind of do it all in the parking lot of either Church or Camden Valley Inn. The only contribution I'm making to the page boys are 1 Hot Wheel each. Now this is for one of my bridesmaids. She has been hinting for so long that she wants to be one, and I've kind of just strung her along. I feel so bad, but I was meant to ask her months ago, but we made plans and I was going to ask her out then to be my bridesmaid, but those plans ended up getting postponed, so I'm doing it now. But this is what I got her. She is an absolute tea lover. It is like one of the things that I get her all the time when I travel. So this is from Maxwell and Williams. I'm not going to open it, but basically, if you can see this lid here, you put the tea leaves in this and then you can like pull the whole thing out. So you can soak it in and then pull it out, and you don't have to transfer the tea from like a pot into the cup. You just pull the top of it out. I had to ask her fiance to help me with this. Again, not going to open it because it looks really pretty as it is, but this is a Venice travel book from Louis Vuitton, and this is more of a display type of thing, but I think it's really, really nice, and there's a lot of photos in this one. If you've got the city travel guides, they're more like writing heavy, like there's a lot of information in there, because what people don't realize is they genuinely are travel guides to the city, but this is a bit more of imagery. I will try and attach some photos from the Louis Vuitton website, and then I've just got a little "Will you be my bridesmaid" card that's going in her box. I am in Brisbane and I'm getting ready for the final bridesmaid proposal box, and I feel like this is one I should have done first, but this is for my sister. I feel like she isn't really expecting a box because it's been months since I've done the last one. Now, because I am in Brisbane, I normally reside in Sydney, I bought the box flat packed. So I'm not going to put the box together yet because I'm not giving this to her until tomorrow. She hasn't gotten to the hotel yet. We are staying at the beautiful Carlisle, but I'm gonna show you what I picked up for her. So I picked up some salad servers. She has wanted these for ages. These are the resin ones.
and they are from Wheel and Barrow. I am going to take the price sticker off them. I also very much could not be bothered to bring the like shredded paper that I've been using for the other boxes, so I am going to hold on to the wrapping and kind of use that as a stuffing. That is the first item. Picked this up in Sydney, but it is an Hourglass lipstick lip gloss. It's more on the glossy side. It's listed as a glossy balm. Third and final thing I'm putting in her box is this oil and vinegar jar. It is made of acrylic. I did consider the oil, not the oil, the glass option, but that seemed very delicate. This is also from Wheel and Barrow. Gonna take the price tag off as well. We have a dinner booked. Well, technically we have 2 dinners booked, but the one tonight is a little bit further away, so I'm not going to take this box with me. Tomorrow night we are booked at Bianca. Just dropped it off at the restaurant. They were super nice and sweet about it. They said they're going to put it on the table on arrival, so it should be there as soon as we walk in.